While preparing the 14th sanctions package, the EU is discussing tightening sanctions against the Russian gas industry. As Bloomberg writes, citing sources, this will concern key Russian LNG chains and gas re-export through European ports. The EU has already measures in place that allow individual EU member states to block gas supplies on a voluntary basis. However, this did not bring any significant results since the existing flows are associated with long-term contracts.
The goal would be to further hit Russia's LNG supply chain and future revenues at projects like Arctic LNG 2, the UST Luga LNG terminal, and the Murmansk plant. Some of Russia's LNG projects that would be targeted by the measures already face some restrictions on equipment used for liquefaction, for example, and other technologies and services. From a publication by Bloomberg Agency.
Future restrictions will not include a ban on purchasing fuel for usage within the EU. This is due to the fact that some countries are still dependent on Russian gas supplies. According to the European Agency for the Cooperation of Energy Regulators, Russia supplies about 18 billion cubic meters of LNG to European ports. Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia and Poland propose to include embargo on Russian gas in the 13th package of sanctions. Experts argue that due to the stabilization of the energy market, the inclusion of Germany and Sweden in this discussion could radically change the situation.
Dependence on Russian gas immediately became a political issue, and we have been dealing with energy security issues from the very beginning. Electricity prices, generation prices, and trading in the electricity market are falling significantly. We have reached pre-crisis levels. This also applies to industrial electricity prices. The graphs show that things are looking up, and this upward trend should not be questioned.
According to experts, due to the decline in LNG prices, good conditions have now emerged that will allow Europe to easily change the source of liquefied gas imports. According to Gas Infrastructure Europe, the average fullness of gas storage facilities in the EU is 62%. The largest importer of Russian LNG is Spain. Russia provides a quarter of this country's gas needs. Even with these figures, Spanish storage capacity is 82%. Analysts argue that Russia's place in the LNG market may be taken by countries with which the EU is already actively cooperating.
This substitution is already happening. The markets are open for this. We have the United States of America, which supplied LNG to Europe very actively. This, of course, includes the Persian Gulf countries. This includes Qatar. The situation with gas is a little better than with oil, because those who supply gas don't have such a criminal association as OPEC+.
The Kremlin has already called sanctions against Russian LNG a continuation of squeezing the Russian Federation out of energy markets. They say that this will lead to a transition to more expensive markets. Deutsche Welle analysts argue that redirecting flows from Europe to Asia will lead to transport costs. According to them, this process will not only be more expensive, but also less safe. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Andriy Dmitrenko, UATV News.